Greetings, I'm the Wandering Beekeeper. Welcome to Phobos. What you're looking at here is the surface of Phobos. We're hovering a little above it. That's the hatch down to the base. We'll get to that in a moment. That is dry ice. Those are blocks of carbon dioxide there in those craters. Very, very cold place. As you can see by the thermometer, it's 47 below centigrade because we are orbiting Mars. There's where we're eventually going. That's Deimos way the heck over there. Can't get there. Touchdown point here. This is the first view of Phobos you get when you land. It's really quite impressive with Mars coming up the horizon like that. Fairly quickly, the rotation of Phobos is pretty short. Let's go on and get inside before, well, more mobs show up. Automatic fall-through airlock. You climb back out on landers, obviously. And into the Phobos base. Phobos base is small. It is cramped. It is designed to be a forward outpost. This is not an independent colony. It is a base that is dependent upon a resupply, not intended to be a permanent habitation. That said, we do have the usual spacesuit maintenance. There are no racks of suits in here because it's a small group and everybody keeps track of their equipment. There is an energy storage module for charging your suit pieces. The reactor is a basic 1 cube. There's no recycling, no fuel reprocessing here yet at this time. There probably never will be. Cyanide would have to be cased and hauled elsewhere to be reprocessed. There's a limited amount of ME capability here. Warning, the room is not sealed. Got a little hectic in here, and I decided not to bother putting an air sealer in. Doesn't seem to matter too much. This room opens off of that one and stays and such. Excuse me. I have my controller up in the air in this one, so I can see it a little clearly. Got our green cable coming off to the molecular assemblers, a red cable coming to the cuboid, black cable going to a couple of storage arrays, and lime cable going out to the base proper. Each color is effectively a different subnet. We can see here, these are smart cables. We can see that the lime cable is barely even used. It's got a solid black band. The green cable going over to this array has some channels in use. There's a green stripe in the black. Its capacity has been taken up. Red cable has that little edge there. Excuse me. Using dense smart cable is expensive, but it does help me keep track of my address space and whether I have enough address space left to do what I want to do. Commons are somewhat depressing. There's a replicator terminal, but it's all pre-made food. As I said previously, this is a forward base. It is not meant to be a self-sufficient settlement. So you have a choice of some pre-made stuff. So, commons lunch for the really basic bread, cheese, and veg. Laundry facilities, microwave, I mean, it's, well, there are no quarters. Instead, there is a barracks. Hygiene sinks are out in the common area. There was a table here, but I kept running into it, and so it got removed. The individual pods are all the same. There's a cryogenic chamber for sleeping in, because this is a risky environment. Sorry, there are a couple of there's some color-coded cabinets to keep your stuff in, and a table and chair for whatever personal stuff you might want to do. And a door that does not seal, because this is, we keep this particular chamber contiguous. Don't want to have to stick an oxygen sealer in this tiny little cubicle, and don't really need it because you're sleeping in a cryogenic chamber. And if you've ever been in a barracks, this will not be terribly shocking. Crafting terminal out in the public area for general access, and that's Phobos space, and that's it. As I said, this is a small place. It is designed for launching. That was a close one. And that is why we go underground. That and surprise! Hello, creative mode. Let's go on and get rid of some of the critters that have spawned. Yeah, meteor there, right there. Some of these meteors feel aimed. You'll see what I mean when we get to Mars, and there's a lot of meteors around the base entrance. Begins to feel like ranging shots. But maybe I'm just attributing something to the developers of the game and the algorithms they wrote that isn't there. I don't know. Until we launch from Mars, Wandering Beekeeper signing off, surface of Phobos. Hail and farewell.